Hello and welcome to Talking Bottom. I'm Ange Pearson.
I'm Matt Brooks.
And I'm Paul Tanter.
And we wanted to thank everyone who came to our book launch on the 3rd of July in Hammersmith. We started the day with a photo opportunity with Lee Corns, Roger Sloman, Paul Jackson, and us three twats on Rick Mayall's memorial bench. Yeah, it was incredible, wasn't it?
It was great, wasn't it? It was chaos in the middle of Hammersmith on that little roundabout where Rick Mayall's memorial bench is. Went down to Hammersmith, and we were based out of the Hammersmith Ram for the day, the appropriately named one. And yeah, we were joined by those three legends, weren't we?
It was rammed by the end of the day as well, wasn't it, at the launch? But yeah, we were overwhelmed by the support from fans.
Got quite a few beeps of horns and stuff. Did you notice while we were? I'm not sure if that was I like bottom or. What are you doing?
I think it was potentially just people beeping horns because they do that all the time around that really busy interchange. But there was definitely people honking horns because I could see that the photos were being taken.
I'm pretty sure I heard like some van driver as he drove past yell out, "Where's Eddie?"
Nice.
I think so.
Nice, yeah. Because what was lovely about it was, of course, that we were holding our brand new book in our hands and it's real after all this time. And It was lovely, but it was great just to see a flurry of excitement around that bench again. I was there when the bench was unveiled after Rick's sad passing, and that was a really incredibly special day. Obviously full of a lot of poignancy as well. It was a lot of heavy feeling as well as sort of a celebration of Rick. And what was really lovely was whenever I go to Hammersmith, I do go and park my bottom on Rick's bench anyway. If there's a gig at the Apollo or just passing through, I will try and make a beeline for it. But it's often quite empty when you go there. You might meet another fan maybe. But it was just lovely to see a flurry of people and activity around it, and to celebrate that. The launch of our book at Rick's Bench was just a dream come true, really.
I want to give a little shout out to one of our new friends that we met at the Rick Fest who came down to the book launch as well, Eleni Hadjidaniel, who put a bit of extra time and effort in and buffed the plaque just before the photos.
Did. That was really, really lovely of her to do that, and it looked lovely and shiny, nice and polished. His plaque, his bell end. That was great. I mean, it was lovely to see Eleni. It was lovely to see Ellie, who does the artwork that we've talked about before on Instagram. She gifted us some little talking bottom bracelets, didn't she? And Eleni gave us a little frying pan keyring. It was so lovely, and then at the Ram pub afterwards, we actually got gifted a few other bits of sort of fan artwork and things, didn't we?
Well, you missed out the Brictionist.
Well, I was building up.
Oh, I see.
Building up to the Brictuationist, isn't it?
Brictuationist?
I keep saying the Brictionist. That's wrong.
Brictuationist.
Yeah, it's like situation, but brick, isn't it?
Brictuationist, who gifted us a wonderful artistic model in Lego of Rich and Eddie on their bench outside the single window from Hammersmith, just like in the opening credits of Bottom.
We put it on the bench for a photo, so it got very meta and weird.
It was great. It was really lovely, and we didn't expect any of that. It was just really lovely to engage with the fans, everyone that we met, even if you didn't bring us a gift. Thank you for coming down to pick up your book in person. It was so nice to meet everyone and talk bottom.
And speaking of the fans, after we were at the bench with, as Ange mentioned, those legends, Paul Jackson, Lee Corns and Roger Sloman, we headed to the Hammersmith Ram. So we were there for the day so we could give the books and any sort of backer pledges that people had backed to people who had backed the book on Unbound and wanted to come down and collect it in person. And that was a great chance, wasn't it, to meet a lot of the people who backed the book, fans of Bottom, and get to chat with them. And a lot of them had come from quite far away, hadn't they?
Two people had come from the fucking Netherlands, literally,
and it was amazing because they hadn't come together, guys. They hadn't arrived together. One guy came and said that I've come all the way from the Netherlands. We were like, wow, it's amazing, and I'm a Dutchman. And then about sort of half an hour later, Martin, it was Raoul was first, wasn't he? And then forgive me if I'm saying that name incorrectly, and then Martin, he'd come from Amsterdam, and it was so lovely to share a drink with those guys, and we got them to sort of battle it out with frying pans. We've shared pictures on socials of that because it was a really special thing, wasn't it? That people had, they came and said we travelled all the way just for this, and then obviously it transpired they were having a nice little holiday in London around it. But they'd made the holiday in London because our book launch was on the 3rd, which was so touching.
Yeah, very much so. And there was other people, wasn't there, who come from within the UK but far away. I mean, anyone who came on the day made an effort to do it. It was great to meet them, and it was really lovely to be able to give them their book in person and thank them because And this goes to all the backers. We do genuinely appreciate you, A, backing the book in the first place, and B, sticking with us through the entire process. Because we talked about this before, so we won't labour on it, but it's been a long process through not just the writing, but the editing and everything that happened with the publisher. So thank you for sticking with us. We appreciate it, and we're glad the book is now either in the hands of backers, or as we record this, it's winging its way to backers. So it's gone out in batches to people from the publisher. So some people were were lucky enough to start receiving theirs like 5 days before publication, and others are still messaging us saying, when's mine coming? As far as we know, they've all been sent out, or they're being sent out. So if you haven't had it yet, be patient.
Yeah, but we're already begging people's patience, aren't we? So Unbound have given a customer service email, haven't they, for people to get in touch with, just to check on the status of their order, which we've been sharing online. We can put the link up for that. We'll mention the email when we put this podcast out, because you will be getting it. It's just a matter of when the warehouse dispatches them, is what we're being told by Unbound. We want everyone to have them in their hot little grubby hands ASAP. And the other overwhelming thing is just how many lovely reviews we've already had coming in for the book, isn't it?
Yeah, it's been great.
Really, really nice to see people are enjoying it, sharing their posts that it's arrived with the letterbox flapping. I mean, when we started this project, I didn't really imagine what it would feel like once it was out and it was real. For a long time, it felt like an impossible dream.
Oh God, this is real.
Yeah. So that was really, really lovely. And I mean, we've sort of glossed over the fact that Lee Corns and Roger Sloman and Paul Jackson joined us at the bench. I mean, how incredible were those moments for you guys?
Amazing. For them to come down and be such good sports and really get stuck in. We had a couple of photographers there to take pictures for press. And these guys, these legends of British comedy, Paul Jackson, the Godfather of alternative comedy in the UK, and Lee Corns and Roger Sloman, two of our favourite comedy actors who have been in not just Bottom, but so many of our favourite shows, came down and were such good sports and got stuck into absolute arsing around on the bench when we thrust frying pans and cricket bats into their hands, didn't they?
They went for it straight away. They were absolutely loving it. Like, Lee was in full-on dickhead character, wasn't he? And he's also, he kindly recorded some nice little short videos for us as well as Dickhead Behind the Bar, which are really, really fun. We'll be staggering them and putting them out so everyone can enjoy them. That was a really special moment for me, just to see Lee back in character as Dickhead, and he was loving it. It seemed it was being very kind to give his time to do them. Back
in the guard's tie, wasn't he?
None of them then just fucked off immediately after the picture. They hung around and chatted to some of the other guys, our backers who had come to see the bench stuff, and posted pictures with them and stuff. And I'm sure, I really hope they appreciated that.
And we didn't know that they were all confirmed until quite close to the day, did we? So
who's confirmed?
There's a few people who were like, "Oh, was Lee Corns here earlier?" And Roger, and we were like, yes, but that the photo call was sort of a separate thing that we thought, well, we'll be on the bench. We invited several of the cast and crew down, and they just obviously weren't available. So we were delighted that Roger, Lee, and Paul could join us, and it made the photos extra fun. Apart from just us three twats sat there holding the book,
and of course Lee, who was there in character as Dickhead, posed for pictures with fans, and also very kindly posed for pictures with some of our backer awards. People who backed via Unbound will know there were tiers of rewards, and one of those was an artwork, which people who backed that, they came and collected. Another one was the Lamb and Flag tea towel. So people who backed that, they came and collected that, and Lee posed very kindly with a picture of that. And I should add that we have some excess of those, so if people are interested in buying them, head over to our social media and you'll find a picture of it, and get in contact via social media.
The link, on the link tree, where it is. So the tea towel is mocking up a menu for the Lamb and Flag that's full of Easter eggs from Bottom. I'm sure you'll notice them all and get all the gags. Yeah,
it was lots of fun to actually come. We had to cram as much as we could in reference-wise, couldn't we? And we hope we got a few in. There are a few people who've already commented saying, "Where is my bit of halibut?" Yeah. But we made the decision that was sort of a separate thing to the Lamb and Flag. And a few people have said, "Where are the hobnobs?" It's like we could have put so much on that tea towel. And we should thank Stephen Pearson for designing it. We
Any relation?
Yes, he might be my husband, but he's a graphic designer, so use and abuse. But no, it's a really great
mainly abuse.
Yes, mainly abuse. Obviously, crack that whip. But yeah, so that was really nice to be able to actually see that, like fans interacting with even the tea towels and seeing them and the light on their face. And Lee Corns asked for one as well himself, didn't he?
He did.
Which was really nice.
He did, the grasping bastard.
Yeah, we didn't charge him for that, did we? After him gifting his time, I would have been a piss
I
take.
mean, to be fair, he came and spent like nearly the day with us for free, didn't he? So, yeah.
And we mentioned the artwork. We should also say that that's Alex Holloway's work. He's the guy who did the artwork that is our logo of Richie and Eddie. If you watch the Ed Bye chat, he pointed out, where are their eyes? Several times, didn't he? But that's the style of the vector images that he's done. It's great.
And of course, he's also done the artwork for our new series, The Many Faces of Rick Mail, where we look at Rick Mail's most iconic and legendary characters.
If anyone wants to check out Alex's artwork, he's got an Etsy shop. It's actually not under his name, Alex Holloway. It's under Orca87, so ORCA 87. He's got loads of brilliant cards on there. With
Orca like the whale?
Yes, yeah, exactly. Loads and loads of comedy references, Monty Python, all kinds of stuff, as well as obviously Bottom and all kinds of stuff for British comedy fans. So go check it out.
And also we have another live episode of our podcast coming out. That's going to be on the 24th of August at the Edinburgh Fringe.
Yes, we're going to be at the Underbelly Ermintrude venue. It's at Bristow Square. It's at 3:10. That's 3:10 in the afternoon on the 24th of August, like you say. So we hope to see you all there. Lee's joining us. It's going to be a really great chat.
Lee Corns.
Yes, yeah. Sorry, he's first name terms now, isn't he? Dick Head will be joining us, and he'll be talking about his memories from. I mean, he was telling us even on the day of the launch that he first performed at the Fringe in 1976 with his Birmingham Review, players, as it were, from when he was at uni. And I'm really excited to talk to him about his memories of Edinburgh, as well as obviously working with Rick and Aid. But we'll be going over new ground with Lee, because of course anyone who's listened to his previous chat with us, we talked at length then. But we'll find more to dig deep into about Bottom with him, I'm sure.
Such a wealth of experience in comedy. I'm really excited and looking forward to talking to him in Edinburgh.
It's also a lovely man.
Yes.
It's obviously funny, but what a kind, lovely man.
Yeah, he really is. He's gifted his time to us over the... I mean, I had him as my quizmaster at that pub quiz that I did in the first place. And that was just me reaching out to him because he'd been at a Red Dwarf convention, and I asked them for his details and they passed them on, and he just said, yeah, straight away. He
actually brought a guard's tie with him to the launch day, didn't he? Just so he could be in character as Dick Head.
Yeah, which was a real surprise, a delightful surprise. He's always up for a laugh, and I can't wait to see him in Edinburgh. And we hope, if you can travel that far for the final weekend, guys, to see you there. It would be great.
I think that's all for this little mini episode. We're going to be carrying on with our new series, so check that out.
Yeah. Have we mentioned the book?
What book?
That book. That one we've written.
The one we wrote. The
book.
That it's available. We have actually found that it's sold out, which is staggering. So if anyone who is wanting to get their hands on a copy and hasn't been able to yet, we will give more updates on our socials as soon as we can. Hopefully by the time this comes out, even there will be more in stock. We're talking with Unbound and seeing how quickly they can replenish supplies.
Eddie can print out some more in his in his bedroom.
Yeah, exactly. Get that printing press cracking. All right. Thanks for listening, guys.
Bye.
Bye.